If you're looking for a tool that helps you document your processes, your guides, or your instructions for various use cases, maybe you're a small business, an organization, you want to document some process, your SOPs, which is standard operating procedures, maybe for hiring um, new employees or their onboarding of new employees, that is. So this session is for you. Today I'm talking about a tool called Trace. Their website is tracework.ai, and I'm going to take you inside of my own account of Trace. And as you can see, if you're watching this video um, on the screen, I'm inside of my account. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through an overview of this tool and then show you a couple of what they call workflows. You can call them anything you want in terms of processes or SOPs, whatever you want to call them. So that's what this tool does, and it creates those workflows. They call it workflows. It's any type of workflow or process, and you can call them, you can categorize them, or put them in different folders and call them as you wish based on your use cases. So I'm going to walk you through their interface, user interface, and also as I go along, I'm going to comment on some of the features, some of the uh, user experience, and some my feedback to the team as I go through this. I have some ideas, so I've been playing with this a little bit. So let's go through this. And by the way, my name is Anil from marketingautomationfocus.com. And let me move myself here a little bit. And so you can see that on the top left corner, uh, it I have renamed it. They call it workspace. It's, to me, it's an organization, and I believe if you have an account, then you get one workspace. Okay, so that's what this workspace is. You can rename it. Okay, and you can do some settings, and you can invite people if your plan supports team members, then you can invite them. Now they have a very nice clean section, couple of sections actually. Private they call it, and then the team spaces. So team spaces, uh, you can have multiple team spaces if that's the type of plan you have with Trace. And I have the default is home, and I've created another team space called Team A1, as you can see here. And this one allows you to create new team space. And then they have insights, customize, trash, and then down at the bottom left you have privacy and logout. For logout, since I'm right here, I think once I click on it, I'm logged out immediately. It doesn't ask me, do I really want to log out? So I would probably suggest that to for them to uh, for better user experience, so that if I click by mistake, I'm not logged out, right? So that's the thinking behind it. Now, let me, I'm going to show you a few things. So, one, it seems to me that, um, well, it's a feature that they have. If you're in a specific folder or space, then that would be your default uh, space, uh, whether you call it team space or this private space, and the space is my documents. Okay, and then there are a bunch of folders and the workflows, the ones that you create, right? So that wherever you are when you start off, uh, by clicking this capture new button here on the top right, um, or you are using your Chrome extension, a browser extension for triggering or creating or starting to create your workflow or your process or the SOP, for example. My use case mostly is instructional. Maybe I have a tutorial, maybe I have a SOP, my family or friends or team, they need some step by step guidance. So I make tutorials and then I can just document in a simple way. So that's my use case for Trace, and it's pretty decent. And I again, I'll make some suggestions as I go. Now, let's just talk about the really simple things like if you're creating a new folder, if I click on it, okay, it just created untitled folder. I would suggest that as soon as we click new folder, it should be a pop-up or whatever, and allow user to actually rename right then and there. So it just creates untitled folder, which may be fine, but then it requires another click and then another click to rename it, right? Or let's just click on here. See, clicking here, if another suggestion for user experience is when you show this hand, it means something is active. And if I click when this hand shows up instead of mouse pointer, then when I click, then I expect something to happen. But in this case, nothing is happening. So it would be fine to have this untitled folder if I could just click here and then it would allow me to rename this folder. So that's one feedback. And then they have this nice copy, link, share, delete options here. So very simple, very clean, very nice. And then similar thought here is that if you're showing a hand instead of a mouse pointer, then when I single click, it should actually open this workflow. So I figured out first, I couldn't figure out like, how do I edit this, right? Um, so I figured out that I tried double clicking. So double clicking opens it, right? And in this case, it brings it to, there are two types or types of presentation, I would say, within Trace app. One is interactive, the other one is document. And down in the bottom left of this view of interactive presentation mode is I don't know why. I think I had seen this auto play, I think, but right now it's not showing anything. But when I toggle this switch, it's gonna auto play. Oh well, what happened here? Oh, okay. Well, let's just go to document. I think it's fetching. Um, let's go back here. So let's double click again. Okay, it brings to interactive. And you can manually scroll through different steps or sections or whatever you want to call. I call it steps in my standard operating procedures or instructional steps or manual or guide, um, and so I can just go through it. So I just created it earlier today, and there are few really neat things. One, let me just go back here and point out on the bottom right. Um, it's it's got a, I don't know why I can't turn it on. Maybe when it's on auto, then, oh, I see. Okay. So when it's an auto scroll or auto play, then I can turn on. So I'm not sure if you can hear this. Next up, welcome utilities. Click utilities. Click this. Click this. Click this. Click this. Click performance. So if you could hear, I'm gonna stop this autoplay, And so it's not perfect yet, but it's fairly decent, I would say. And for most of my use case, I will probably not rely on this kind of built-in dubbing. It's fairly decent, but as if you were following it, let's just go back. Um, so my audio is still on. It says click this, click this. So it didn't catch exactly what the step is, so it just simply saying click this. The things that I like is this kind of animation for the focus. So I really like that. And click this, I believe you can actually edit this text. I'm not sure if you can edit this color of this kind of a box, the text box here. Um, I haven't spent enough time, I guess, to figure out if we can customize the color to like maybe branding, or for whatever reason I want to just use a different color. But as such, it's not too bad, and it's really nice. At least I like the animation and the kind of a semi-transparent uh, kind of mode or color for this. So that's a good part there. Um, Now, one of the things, and I'll show you when I'll actually demo creating one of these workflows or guides or SOPs. So I'm going to show a couple things that I have some suggestions for make some improvements on the user experience. So basically, I think it would be nice to have this autoplay and then the manual scrolling of left or right or reverse or forward, whatever you want to call it, and the audio toggle probably also on the top of this presentation view in interactive um, mode or presentation mode. In document now, what I like is if you notice on the top right, it has edit and it has share. Okay, if I click on share, it'll give me a bunch of options, and I'm not clicking right now because the default one is the one that reveals my email address, so I'm not going to do that right now. But when you make your sharing public and it's not restricted, then it gives you a copy link button option on top right in between edit and share button, which makes sense. And then when you do that, then it also gives you an option for custom domain sharing. Because if you're not making it public or not sharing with everyone, then it doesn't make sense for custom domain. So it's well thought out in that area. So I like that. So that's pretty good. Now on the top left, instead of going back, now this menu flyout is a nice feature. Now, if you don't want to have that and make it dynamic, as you hover over on the left side, this little tiny, if I walk away from it, then it gives you a little area here, which is nice. And as I hover over it, then, and I can manually uh, just simply click on every step and review. If I wanted to edit anything, I can click on edit. And well, now it's giving me copy link. Maybe I made this one uh, public, but I thought I went back and um, turned that off. But anyways, it giving you the insights. Insights is not clickable at this point. I'm not sure. Let's just see here. But it does give you this interface where it's a simple one. And if you want to add any step, you'll click on this and you can insert text image. You can capture some other step that you missed and a dynamic step. I haven't played with this, but it seems to me pretty decent, feature rich for most things. I can't think of anything, and my goal would be to not have to do any of this stuff, but it's there because the goal is to make the SOPs or workflows or guides or instructional um, document is to just quickly do it and then share it, right? And not having to edit it much, right? But if you need to, the options are there, which is fairly decent. I would say text, image, you capture another step that you missed, and then dynamic steps or something, right? So it's fairly decent for the document. So now, one thing I noticed that I can't escape from it, right? If I want to cancel out of it, how do I do it? Okay, so that's not very clear. Okay, so this one is share copy. Okay, insight is, well, insight. Oh, this slide out. Okay, this is nice. Well, that's a nice surprise. I hadn't played with that, so this is really nice. Okay, um, so I like that. And now let's just click on this again. Well, let me move myself here so it goes away. Um, and preview. Okay, preview is the one that takes you back. I would suggest maybe escape key or something, which is cancels out. Um, uh, I don't know if whatever edits you do, if there would be an undo button, but since I didn't change anything, I haven't checked that. But it seems like it's a feature rich editor here. With when you edit, you get to see insights. Now I'll talk about insights overall in the main dashboard in a bit, but this shows you these options, and I'm going to pause the video and then show you the share menu. Okay, so the when you click on the share button, you'll get these four options here in a pop-up box or modal, and it's share, embed, export, domain. So in the share menu or the share tab or section, you can share with, you can invite people, and then you can set the uh, privacy for this workflow, which is either you want to make it restricted, and by default I believe every workflow that you create is restricted, and you can go in and change that to everyone, for example, publicly available. And when you turn that on, then as I mentioned before, uh, so uh, without making it public, you can still embed, you can export as PDF, um, and as the video, which is basically your a sort of a video or a playback as you wish, interactive presentation mode, which turns into a video basically. Um, so it's your choice. It's a nice option there. And export to HTML would be nice. Export to Markdown. I don't personally use Markdown, but it's good for some purposes. So that's coming soon. But at least bare minimum is most of the time you want to have a PDF document or you want to have a video and you want to be able to embed. And then if you make it, oh, it says feature not available. Only public flows can use this custom domain. Oh, okay, yeah. I for a second I thought that this feature is not available, but I would change this. I would change this to some other wording and say, hey, if you want to use custom domain, um, to be able to do that, you need to make it public. So it does say only public flows can use this custom domain feature, right? But just on the top here, minor thing, but um, so those are the options. Embed again, you can embed interactive view, document view. Okay, so just your iframe uh, code changes, and then it shows you that there's so many platforms that uh, you can integrate with. Basically, any platform that allows you to embed as iframe, then you can actually use it, right? Um, and you can copy embed link. Um, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried the embedding or anything. So let's just say done here. And so that's pretty much on once you create a workflow, what some of the things that you have editor uh, and the sharing options. Um, and if you're sharing to everyone publicly, then you have an option to simply go ahead and copy a link from that button, as I mentioned before. So very easy. Um, so I already covered creation of new folders and some user experience enhancements suggestions that I have here. There is another. So I would say this insights feature is a nice one. So I've created two of these, and I think it seems kind of neat to me that if you created a document, now it says document, right? So I I think these are workflows, so I'm not sure why we're calling these documents. Okay, so some subtle things to avoid confusion, logic stuff. I would suggest that be consistent here. Maybe not a whole lot of people will pay attention um, because on one place we are calling it. Uh, oh, what happened here? Okay, team A1. Okay, I thought I saw the other one. So that was actually here, okay, in my document. Now, one thing I don't quite understand is for my private one, because it says my documents, right? So again, why does it say documents? Um, it should just say workflows, right? Because it's just simply a dashboard of my folders and my workflows. So I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Um, but I originally, when I created my first one, I was expecting to view it under my documents, regardless of whether, because I'm the one who created it. So I didn't find it there. So I figured, okay, it's just sticking wherever you create your workflow, that's where it stays. Okay, so you got to go to that. So instead of that, I would probably make this insights as my main dashboard. So if you think about it, um, basically insights is your dashboard because it's giving you an overall how many workspaces, total created, how many are publicly shared, and the total views, if any, right? Total views zero or whatever. And then this would be top documents, or maybe this being sorted in terms of views or whatever. And I would just change this to not the document. These are just simply workflows, right? So just little subtle things. But other than that, I think it's really clean, neat uh, stuff here. Now, let me show you how you would actually create a new um, workflow. So it says capture new. So I'm going to just kind of click on it and see what happens. So this is really neat because what it does, the reason I like this is that uh, now I don't know if there is any use case to show to go to the new tab. because new tab exists. So that's what or maybe if you wanted to go to um, another tab which doesn't exist right now, it's a new tab, so it would open a new tab and then you start from there maybe. So if I already have tabs open, so it lists the open tabs, which one of them is trace, which is this app, and the transfer process know-how is the title of the homepage, I believe, for trace, which is tracework .ai. So that tab, so it's kind of neat. And then I have another tab on my test site dashboard, which I showed you the workflow that I had created earlier uh, for that site. So now I've already set up the defaults uh, for the capture, where I'm actually turning on the, it says uh, transcript audio or something like that, which it's up to you if you want to use it. I believe you can record your own voice, and then you can use that for your interactive uh, presentation mode with the audio, and you can turn it on or off as I showed you with that speaker icon, right? So now let's just click on this and go there. So let's just click. So it's preparing to capture. So it went to that. um, Now I'm not sure if, since I clicked on this, it's gonna say something. um, but one thing to note here is that once you click once, the process had started now, right? As soon as you click somewhere. Now, before doing that or any point later, there is no escape or there is no cancel. So that's something that uh, it would be nice to have that. So I was trying to cancel, like, hey, I'm not ready. I don't want to start the process, but it went on. So let's just, so that's one point. And so let's just click on here and custom. Okay, I don't want to do this. I want to say saving. Click on this. Two-factor authentication. Click on this. I'm gonna say this. Save. I'm just clicking randomly, right? And then at the end, I'll just click on finish, and I'll mention one another minor thing, that this capture tool trace actually captures the last click of when we're finished, when we're clicking on that icon to say it's complete, right? So in our guide or workflow, it captures the last step as the last step, which it shouldn't, right? Because that's not the part of the guide. So you would end up deleting it, right? That last one. So just a subtle thing. So it's kind of still working. Um, it may be my recording software or app is dragging a little bit the memory. So it's not entirely Trace that's doing it. So I'm just going to click back and forth and see it's still working on it, or I'm just clicking. Maybe it's still working. Uh, okay, let's go back and let's see. I don't know why it says mark as completed. Oh, I think I need to mark as completed before it will show me, I guess. Okay, that's something I didn't know. So now it's fetching it. Okay, it's uh maybe I didn't do something right. This team AI, nothing. I was here the last, so that makes sense. And this was I had already recorded, but I don't know why it says 0 steps. Maybe I did something wrong. But anyways, you get the idea. Um, let's just okay. So it created another tab. Let's just go there. Okay, now capturing. Okay, complete capture. Okay, so but I didn't click anywhere, so it wouldn't show anything anyway. So let's just go back and so yeah. So let's just so easily delete this. Let's delete this one as well. Okay, and now capture a new one. Let's capture here. It brings to that dashboard in my WordPress test site, and again. Uh, so once I click anywhere, well, it started capturing already, I think. If so, the first one would be just blank, I guess, or until I click. So let's just click on performance, disable comments, disable everywhere, save, save, done. Okay, advanced performance, disable dash icons, save it, close it out, and then let's just complete uh, the workflow and generating. It says generating your guide on the bottom left here, and it automatically opens that guide in a new tab in a, I believe, interactive mode. Okay, so let's see. Oh no, yeah, it does go to interactive. I got fooled and showed document, and then it went into interactive mode, and this time it captured. I don't know what happened the last time. So, anyways, you basically see how easy it is to use, and they're still developing, but some of the key features are in place so you can get going, even including custom domain uh, options if that's important to you, embedding options, sharing options. But the main thing is that it allows you to create um, your guides or your SOPs, for example, very quickly, very simplistically. And I noticed that the PDF export, um, I forget how many slides were there. Maybe one image was on one page, or maybe two images. I forget. And then I was able to download it, and it was around 1.1 megabyte. I'm not sure if the size of the PDF could be improved, and if you're embedding the PDF itself, meaning using iframe, you're embedding the document rather than interactive um, guide or video. That mode, what if it impacts um, the page load speed wherever you're embedding. So I haven't tested that, but I hope that that's not an issue, but that's something to think about. And so let's just go. click this and click the audio.
marketingautomationfocus.com, WP, admin.php.page, ask Nexter, welcome, jar, security. Click performance. Click this. Click this. Click this. Click save.
So it does say click save.
Click this. Click this.
So that's where it could say maybe
Click
click the
this.
gear icon or something, or read the text.
Click save.
So it's actually able to
Click this.
read the text of the
Click
button,
this.
so which is nice. And it was able to read the performance as the menu where I clicked the first. Okay. So, anyways, I hope this was of some value to you. Check it out. The link should be below this video somewhere. Uh, check this Trace app out and see if it fits your needs. Bye for now.